I'm Xenia San Miguel.
And we're the audience.
Thanks, guys. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes. I want you to imagine that you're a child and that Christmas is coming soon, and that you're sitting by the fireplace playing with your toys, and your mom calls you over. And she says, honey, come into the kitchen, we're gonna bake some cookies. And you get so excited, and you grab the cookie cutters, and you start making gingerbread men, and you put them in the oven. And then the whole house smells like cookies, and it smells like gingerbread. And you get so excited, and you're waiting for them to come out, and they cool, and you ice them, and then you take a really big bite out of the cookie. And it's just the best thing you've ever tasted. Now that's an experience that I've had, and that's when my love for baking really started. And I've been baking ever since. I bake for my roommates almost every month, and I bake with my mom every year, especially around the holidays. And today, I'm going to be telling you about why I love baking. And I think that baking is relevant for so many people because it's simple, it's easy, there's so many purposes, and it adds creativity and fun to so many occasions. Now, the three aspects that I enjoy most about baking are that it helps me build relationships, it helps me cultivate my creativity, and it's also a form of therapy. Now, I love baked goods, and I love that baked goods are sweet, and they add literal sweetness to my life. But what I love most about baking is that it helps me develop and establish relationships. What I have seen is that baking is a way for people to spend quality time together. In an article made by BBC, it states that people who used to enjoy the activity of baking, it used to be only those who were rich that could do that. But today, baking is enjoyed by so many people of all socioeconomic statuses and ethnicities. In fact, baking is a tradition in many cultures, and there are many specific baked goods that people pass down in their families. Taste of Home is a magazine online that has created a list of 21 cookies from around the world, and they include Austrian nut cookies and Finnish pinwheels. And these are traditions that people come together every year to bake, and I have seen that in my own family, that my mom and I get together and we make cookies that are traditional for our culture. And as I spend time with her and as I learn about our culture, we get to know each other better, and we get to work on communication, on decision making, on planning, and we also just get to work together as a team. Beyond that, I have seen that baking is a great way to help people and to extend hospitality. My roommates and I will bake and then take our cookies to school when people are studying, and we hand them out during finals, and people feel so loved and they feel so cared for. We've also done it for our neighbors. We've made cookies for them, and they feel like welcome, and they want to come to our house and get to know us. And that's truly what I love about baking. Beyond helping me develop relationships, baking also helps me cultivate my imaginative abilities. Baking is great for fostering creativity. What I love about baking is that there's a wide variety of things that I can bake. Crafty Baking, another magazine online, has created a list of 15 different categories of baking. It spans from bread to confectionist chocolates and tarts. And what I love about all of these different categories is there's so many things that I can bake, and I never get bored. Beyond that, all of those categories have subcategories. So, for example, there's biscotti, which is a type of cookie, or gariba, which is a good from the Middle East. And beyond all the different options that I can bake, there's also ways that I can transform what I bake. I can use so many different types of methods of baking, whether it's rubbing, melting, and creaming, or I can choose what different ingredients that I want. They can be really fun and unique too, like bacon or avocado and citrus. As a baker, I have the freedom to choose what I want to do with all the things that I bake, and that's what I love about baking, that it's up to me to imagine something and make it come to life. So for some, baking is a form of creativity. For others, it's a form of remedy. For many, baking is methodical, and it's something that can really help people with therapy and help them with focus. An article by the Smithsonian Magazine says that baking is really helpful for those who deal with depression, because when people are following steps by steps, they're focusing, and it helps them in a form similar to meditation. An article from the Huffington Post agrees, saying that baking reaps many benefits as meditation and mindfulness, and it also helps people increase their happiness and reduce their stress. beyond helping people with stress, it can also help people feel altruistic and help them give life and meaning to the things that they do. Donna Pincus, who is a professor at the University of Boston who teaches psychology and brain sciences, has said that when people bake for others, it really helps increase their life's meaning, and it helps them feel like they have purpose, and it helps them establish greater connections with people. And I've seen that in my own life, that when I bake for others, I feel altruistic, and I feel like I'm adding joy to the world, and I feel like I'm doing good. So while baking doesn't always contribute to physical health, it can contribute to mental health. It's just one of the reasons that I love baking. So to conclude, I want to recap and tell you why I really, truly enjoy creating these delicious goods. I do it because for me, it's much more than just, having a good cookie. For me, it's about building relationships. It's about cultivating and practicing creating new inventions and new ideas. And it's also about boosting my energy and boosting my happiness when I'm feeling down. So next time you have some free time, consider baking and be sure to invite me. And together we can bake the world a better place. Thank you.